What's going on, everybody? I just got off the gym and this thought is like reoccurring to me. It's like, why am I living every single day as a means to an end? Why is there an end to everything, you know? Whether it's getting out of bed because I gotta keep up with my diet, or working a job to get out of your parents' house, or studying to get a degree, or I feel like my life personally is so goal oriented. I'm constantly chasing goals, and I feel like there was a point in time where I was like really happy and content with where I was in life, and I realized that I'm just not. I have this inner, I think it's just a masculine thing, you always want to strive for something greater, you want to do something more, and man, sometimes it's you can't identify what exactly you want to do. You just know you want to do something. What is it you really want in your life? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it status? Is it a big old house? Is it a car? Is it a nicer car? Is it a woman? Is it a better woman? Is it what is it? Why are you I'm talking to myself right here. Why are you always chasing something more? Why is what you have right now not good enough for you? I guess in a way, I live in lack. There's a lack of entertainment. I think it has a lot to do with social media. I open up my phone in the morning. I scroll. Suddenly 3 hours have gone by. I'm watching all these people do all this stuff in their life. And then I sit there comparing myself mentally to those people online. So I definitely 100% think it's a social media thing, where you're comparing yourself to other people, whether it's subconsciously or you're consciously doing it. It's like a comparison thing. And I believe that's how the system, obviously that's how the system was created. But man, how do you get out of that? I guess you quit social media. You quit watching so many things and start reading books and shit. And I do that sometimes, and then I end up falling back into the habit of just being on social media again. Man, the amount of dopamine that must flood to your brain. I honestly wish you can feel when your dopamine levels are capped off. And I don't even know if your dopamine can cap off. That's a genuine question of mine. Can your dopamine cap off? Because I know there's a point where you get so much dopamine during the day that nothing else is going to reach that level, Sometimes I just pray to God that He gives me strength to not desire so much. Because I think desire is the ultimate form of suffering, I think I've learned that with time, that desiring something, desiring more, is the ultimate form of suffering. You could suffer, you could lose a loved one, you could go through a breakup, you can fail at a test, you can fail at a job, lose your job, but the ultimate suffering is wanting more. And I'm not necessarily suffering in the way of I'm so utterly depressed and I'm so sad and angry. No, it's none of that. I think I've dealt with that before. And that's not this. This is an uneasiness. I feel uneasy. something in my life is lacking. But that's the thing, nothing is lacking. It's just in my head. So I'm conscious that I'm having those thoughts. The only thing I think I can do with those thoughts is move forward. Try to acknowledge them, not give them power. Hopefully it'll empower me to just be better. Be more productive. Stop being on my phone so damn much. Because, man, it's crazy. I got a new phone and I'm like, oh man, what could I do with my new phone? Like, what new apps can I use, and how do these pictures look? Oh, let me scroll through all my photos and compare the photos. Like, it's ridiculous what your phone does to you. And it's so scary because our phones have become a part of us. Our phones have become a part of our everyday living. If you could find a person without a phone, you're like, why don't you have a phone? Like, how do you get around? How do you do things? But, like, imagine if we all didn't have phones. Like, how would the world be? Probably wouldn't be able to communicate with one another so well. We'd probably have to travel a lot more, We wouldn't be so busy, recording videos of ourselves and, posting them to social media and finding ways to entertain ourselves constantly. It's like dopamine. Fuck, dude. I remember when I got this car, I was like, man, I felt like I achieved everything. Like, everything I ever wanted to do, I achieved. And then now I just get in the car and it's like, it's just a car now. Why is that? Where did that gratitude go? Where did that desire to drive around a car and have your own car go? I remember all the things I wanted to do, like go downtown and go look at the Bean, and now it's like I go to the gym again in my car. Oh, I gotta put gas in my car. And then there's a sense of lack there with money. It's like, oh, I don't want to go out because if I do, then I'm going to spend money. I'm like, why do I have that thought process? Where did that lack come from? And it's got to come from childhood, It's got to come from, the way I was raised, or, something there, There's something there. That's not to say, like, I blame the way I am on, like, how I was raised. No, I mean, I was raised great. I was raised in love and care, and I'm grateful for that. But I guess I'm just thinking out loud, Thinking, like, how did I become so lacking in my everyday life? Why is my physique not enough for me? I remember I peaked like a year ago, or at least that's what I say. You see, like, I unconsciously just said that, saying I peaked. But, like, what if now is the peak? Like, what if right now this is the best I'll ever look? Because all those photos and all those memories are all in the past, and the past no longer exists. So why do I say I peaked then? What is a peak? Why am I saying I peaked? But I remember how I looked, and I compare myself to my past self. Why is that? What is this conditioning I've been through, I guess my whole thing with this little video is like, man, you really do create your own suffering. Maybe we'd suffer less if we just stopped thinking about everything so much. Just be like, man, life is good now. Everything's all kind of falling into place, Like, there could be a train blocking this road right now, but there is none. I could think of every possible thing that could go wrong right at this moment, but nothing's wrong. There's nothing wrong right now. And I guess I needed to just come to that realization. And I need to remind myself of that realization constantly, because I don't know about your brain, but my brain definitely thinks, what's going to go wrong? Pessimism. That's the word. Hey, but I love you guys. I hope that everyone had a great New Year's and a great Christmas, and y'all are just doing good. I mean, it's 2026. Like, come on. What's next? Literally talking about being grateful for now. What's next, Thank you, everyone, for watching. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Tell somebody you love them.